Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase of the reworked zombie Zblack. I love Zombie Month. Um, you may notice my background looks a little bit different. I have a few backgrounds. You can let me know in the comments which one you like the most. Yeah, so to get started, the tour that I've been doing to use Fury 3s, so you guys can see Fury 3s versus Fury 3s, there's a problem now. You may notice Taker here has hype 1. Roman has hype 2, and then the gold that I normally go against has hype 3. So we're back to using Fury 2s because I can't go against hype 3 golds and show you guys proper damage. So sadly, I'm back to using Fury 2s. That's frustrating to me because I like showcasing the current stuff. Anyway, I'm going to try. I literally just found this out, so I'm going to try and set that irritation aside because I am really, I do really like the Zblack rework. Mainly his other two recent cards, rework and card, were horrible, and I dislike them very, very much. So this is one that I was hopeful of, but I didn't have high hopes. Let's get in here and take a look and see how it works. We're going to start off with the Jump in the Fire, 4 MP, steal up to 7.7 million health. Hardcore if class is Technician, first steal 9 million. Really big health steal against techs. That will be a tech killer. Bite, 4 MP, deal 700k damage, increase your red gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. And then we have Brainbuster of Sorrow. Deal 300k damage and make 30 random gems into red gems. Zblack is one of my favorite zombies of all time, simply because he has insane animations, cool entrance, and he's just really, really cool. So for this one, we're going to see some different variations. There's a lot of different ways you could go about this moveset. In this case, I'm not using MP trainers, your standard 4 variety. I'm using double 2s with red gem. And I'm doubling down on gem damage for this one. However, I am using the 100% health steal to get 15 million. I'll show you guys a couple different things you can do. I won't have graphics for all of them because there's so many different ways you can set it up, right? But anyway, let's kind of jump in here, see how this goes. We're going to go against Zombie. Sammy, I figured zombie versus zombie. That's always good, right? I think we have the class advantage here too, actually. Didn't really think about that. I wanted to go against a zombie. So there's a 15 mil health steal. The zombie bite. That's typical for them. Brainbuster of Sorrow here. These aren't the cool animations I was talking about yet, by the way. Just FYI. And you can see, without like a Red Royal Rumble or something, it's not crazy. 17 million gem, 15 million health steal. It's only like 32 million. So you might be thinking like, Mherex, why are you big on this rework at this moment? That's okay. It will get better. Also, I need to up 2 times speed because I forgot to do that because it's a new MLC. So we'll be right back here once I do the 2 times speed. All right. Here we go. Now, you could go like all the way gem here, right? You could go bleed here, or I mean another health steal here, right? Instead of chucking the gems. It's pretty straightforward. So really for this one, we'll come back to it in a second. This is the next thing you can do, is if you really want to index the health steal, and then instead of the gem buff, we're going to put the bleed on. You could, though, continue to use the gem buff. So another 4 MP red, deal 400k damage and deal 4.25 million bleed to your opponent for 2 turns, right? And then we're going to swap this around ski to right here. So we got Butch, Clubber for 200% health steal. We got 100% health steal here. And you could go Zombie Brian if you have him for 31%. We're using Woods because he's more accessible than Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix adds 100% bleed. That would be the upgraded version here. You can see with this build, you steal 30.8 million health, and then another 36 if it's a tech. So like against the tech, you're doing 67 million damage unblockable against a tech, and then you're getting some bleed down as well, 6.37 for 2 turns. So this is kind of like, as you can see, like this is as much damage as we were dealing altogether in the last build set. So if you have Clubber, you can make this work much, much better. And you can run the first build set with the gem buff and with Clubber. It's very a la Gable. It's like Gable Light. I mean, I'm sorry, not Gable. El Grande Americano. So it's very Ludwig Kaiser Light. Oops. It's still real to me. Just spoilers left and right here. They're horrible. Now the bleed's gonna kick in, and you can see though, we can't keep him down, right? Because it just doesn't do quite enough. And so you're probably still thinking, man, Mherex, this doesn't seem like something you would normally like. It's okay, there's more coming. This I like against the tech, the health steal in general. Okay. So I'm going to show you one more gem damage build, then I'm going to put a red Royal Rumble on for you guys, and you can see that. Kind of a gem damage build. I mean, it's a sub build, which is really cool. They kept him like he used to be, right? Bleeds, low charges, the sub with all of the silence gems on the whole board. You know, they kept him very much feeling like he did, which I appreciate. I really, really do appreciate that with him. Now we're also going to see Call of Cthulhu sub, 6 MP green, 55 sub gems, 1 million 3 turns, remaining turn into silence gems. It's hilarious. It's more than are on the board, but it is what it is. Black and Mass, wait for this, 3 MP finisher. 3 MP finisher. Deal 400k damage for every silence gem, then finisher, 600k damage, and make 40 random gems into green. So that's the silence into green kind of version that we used to have, but it's upgraded with the unblockable. So I do appreciate this moveset a lot. Whiplash Moonsault, 5 MP, deal 500k damage and increase your purple MP by 10. It's also a reversal, so being subbed, break the submission, 4 million damage, right? So yeah, that's pretty great. He can't be subbed. Entourage for this one is we're going to run with the Silence crew. Rosie. So 2 MP, 100% silence. That and Steel gets this all loaded. Zombie Hogan, check your inbox. You'll have him 50% more silence. And then hopefully if you don't have him this month, you get your hands on Zombie Cody for 60% more silence, giving us 1.24 million unblockable damage for every silence gem that's left after the sub. Yeah. So pretty solid. This is a really strong boss battle type of build, potentially, right? Silence green sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway, hit your sub. Let's see how many gems we keep. Decent amount, right? This is gonna pretty much zero him. I think it actually will. I don't know how many we have. Let's call it like approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, like 40 gems at 1.24 million. So that's like 55 million-ish. I don't know. He's got 60 million health. Let's see. More than, yeah. 45 million. And then some more gem damage, 60 million total. We almost zeroed him, right? And obviously you can put the Glowing Fate plate on with that. Really strong sub build with the unblockable behind it. So that's kind of cool. He does different things. That's what I appreciate, right? He's very versatile. All right, back to this. Let's put a Royal Rumble on. And because we're adding the Royal Rumble, I'm going to switch things up a little bit with the trainers. But this first moveset with the gem damage, we're going to play around with this a little bit. So. Hellsteel. Boof. Gem Chuck. All right, let's come in looking like this. So we're actually not going to index the gem buff at all. And we're going to steal the 30. Actually, let's just, yeah. It's this because this is the moves I'm using, right? So the trainers are wrong, but it's these moves. Also, watch this entrance. I'm going to not skip it because I'm going to remember this time. One of the probably, I think, the coolest entrance in the entire game. I don't know. I just really like that. He comes up out of the ground. I mean, I'm a sucker for Zblack, though. So yeah, anyway. So this is the big health steal. Then we're going to hit the boof. And we're going to chuck the gems with the Royal Rumble. He's got good boss utility for red gem shield. You would put on the red to purple skill plate for that. And you can see we did 23 million gem and we did about 52 million total. So much more efficient this way, right? It's much closer to zeroing him, for sure. What about this hybrid build here? Did I have the bleed? Actually, let me go back to this. I think I had the bleed trainer on because I'm big dumb. I was going to put Zombie Brian on. Shh, don't tell. It's going to index the health steal all the way. Zombie. I'm just going to at least show you guys what it all looked like. So 33.1 and 38.7 against attack. So against attack, you're going to steal 70 plus million health and then chuck the gems on top of it. So like this, I think with attack, you probably wouldn't even need the red Royal Rumble, to be honest. It's kind of, like I said, it's El Grande light, basically. So respect that rework. So if you can straight up do this, I don't think you even really need the Rumble, but against attack, let me clarify, against attack. The Rumble would be backup for anything else. And let's see if we zero him with this build. Nice little cascade. Very nearly, right? Very nearly. So almost 60 mil total. Not too shabby. Let's go to this one, and since we have the Rumble on, we're going to put Ray Phoenix on. Like I said, I was going to use a lot of trainers for this. I would have taken way too long, too many different tiles, too many screenshots to do all these trainer switches, so I just figured I'd run it for you guys. So you can see. Somewhere in here you should have these setups, or potentially. And let's put the bleed back in. And the bleed, you could do all bleed instead, but it's over 2 turns. Much more likely they're going to kick out because you're not getting ginormous pins, if you're wondering why I didn't do the bleed. It is slightly more damage over 2 turns. If you use Apollo here, actually, let me just show you. How about I just show you the whole damage? That makes it easier. Did I equip him on this? I just used him on my, I just looked at it instead. Here we go, bleed, and then let's go bleed again. So you get 19.1 million bleed for 2 turns, so 38 million bleed. Better would be to just do the bleed people and Nakamura, though, if you were going to do that, because you get a little, you obviously get more getting 100%. So this is 34 million bleed and then 15.4 million health, if you were curious, right? Okay. Now let's upgrade this fully and see if we can zero. Because we have yet to zero him, which is concerning a little bit, right? Oops. Because, you know, it's a striker. So now we're doing 30.8 million health steal and then 8.5 and 8.5, so 17 million bleed, which is like 48 million total. And then the gem damage on top of it, which is about 12. So we should get we should be really close to the 64 million. We've almost zeroed him once. This one has the potential to zero him. But the pin isn't huge. That's the problem with this, right? The pin isn't huge. That's the problem when you start indexing the bleed. Gonna be close, but not quite bleed him out. Very close, though. Okay, so you might be wondering why I said I really like the rework. Well, let's get to what I have at the end here for you guys. The other thing Black always did was a really unique finisher, and he still has that finisher. Just buffed. The Blackout Rush. We're going to combine that with the Whiplash Moonsault, and we are still going to keep the bleed in. So, the Blackout Rush finisher, 10 MP, deal 8.9 million base damage. Yes, that's right, 8.9 million base damage. Stun yourself for 1 turn, and pin the opponent. Then increase your green MP by 6. Also, if you have an anti-stun, it does negate the stun. You won't get stunned by your own stun with an anti-stun strap. It's one of the cooler mechanics they've ever done. I actually really enjoyed that back in the day. So I'm glad that stun is still there, actually. It's good. It's good. I don't know. I feel like it's remembering your roots, kind of, almost. So anyway, this is a more friendly version. Roxanne has been available a ton. If you don't have Roxanne, just put Steel in here instead, and then you can't use the bleed, right? So no big deal. The damage would be the same, other than you wouldn't get this bleed damage, right? So we are using KO for the purple damage, Roxanne to get the purple move loaded and also the bleed loaded, and then purple damage trainers in yeah, Trish, Hall of Fame, and Mario, Captain Mario Brothers here, Lou Albano for 50% purple's finisher. And I should probably change the strap, to a move damage strap. That would probably be good. Otherwise, this won't hit nearly as hard. You guys will be like, bro, I thought you were impressed with this moveset. All right. So this is the low end of the trainers and all of that jazz. Next one will be higher end. Let's see what we got. So we're going to cook this 4.25 million bleed for 2 turns. We're going to increase our purple MP. Also has the reversal, which is nice. Love that moonsault. Now, we're going to hit a 58 million finisher. We're also stunning ourselves. Great animation there. And look at that. He bleeds out right away. So 64 million total plus another 4, like 68 mil total. And his finishing animation is like my favorite victory animation. So that's like 68 mil total with pretty friendly stuff, right? So that's kind of why I like this rework. Plus, I don't have a lot of move damage people. Now, what if you have nicer move damage stuff? Like all of this stuff. Well, I'm glad you asked. So Doink gets another 50% for us. Smash gets 75% for us instead of 40, so that's another 35%. And Gooker gets 25 more, so I believe that gets us 100% more move damage than we previously had. Ho ho ho. And you guys know me, I'm not going to hit the bleed, because I don't need to. So 2-click move damage, stun yourself, Aleister Black that recycles, 67 mil pin. That's going to be less though. Fury 3 versus Fury 3. Slightly less, so you will use the bleed. But you should be able to push close to 70 mil with a really strong setup, if you, especially if you have like, he's modern, so maybe you have a 150 move strap, right? You could also, if you don't have some of the OP, like let's say you don't have Gooker or you don't have Axe, right? You could do this. So part of the reason is I definitely have bias for Black, why I like this rework so much, but he's just fun. He's got cool animations, he does a lot of different stuff, he has a really fond place in my memory, in the game, in my heart, right? And I like that they stayed true to what he always did. I really like that. I think I think whoever did this rework, lot of props to the person that did the rework, keeping him he has the exact same vibe he always had, right? And that's great. So yeah, if you don't have Axe, you could and you have Ray, you could always pop Ray in, and then you're gonna get 17 million bleed, and we're still gonna get a really big finisher. And also keep in mind, this, what we're doing right now, doesn't need plates, doesn't use plates. That's the good thing about move damage. Most of the time they don't use or need plates. So we're still hitting 61 million, which is basically going to zero him. And we have 17 million on top of it. That's like a 78 million total, right? Assuming you get both ticks of the bleed. And also, note it says stun for 2 turns, so I don't know if we're stunned for 2 turns or 1. I think I would trust what the game is saying there, and it's 2 turns, not necessarily the text, right? Or it could be one of those where it counts down. Anyway, that is my showcase of Zblack. I think he's a great rework, actually. Really strong with the move damage. My free-to-play will absolutely be able to use him, even if I'm missing a lot of the trainers, because he's going to scale up nicely with the move damage. Like at 6-star bronze, you know, as long as you got like a purple medal, you're going to be able to get through a lot of stuff, because that base finisher is so strong. Because there's no buff, it is scary against Fury 3s, though. And here's what we can do. Let's do this. What we can do, let me go back in here, because the way hype works, it doesn't actually, I can show you. Let's, because Taker's got the medals, right? Doesn't matter what level they are. Taker has the medal. Yeah, Taker's got the medals, so let's do this real quick with the move damage, because it's so important. Now, he's going to reduce it when we hit it, the move, but the text should show what he's actually going to hit for. So it's sort of a way around this. I don't want to be going second the whole time in a preview and it just taking longer on you guys, but we should, plus the finisher, the damage you see, like, it's showing might not be accurate because of the hype. But this way, we can get a really good idea of what the move damage will look like, right? Let's go back to this superset. He's gonna go first. Not the end of the world. That entrance is so cool. It just takes a little longer. Do your thing, Taker. All right. So, finisher is still showing 67 mil, so we're pretty good. Pretty good. It's going to get reduced, just like the bleed, but you're still going to hit for 67 mil, so that's fine, right? Because the finisher's big, as long as you're using Fury 3s, it'll still get reduced because the AI doesn't have the best of the stuff, but we're still right in that range. And it's basically the same as it was on the other one. So this one should also be the same. So even for even, you should be okay-ish with this set. So yeah, I think it's a really good rework. I would stick completely to the moveset in most cases. I do like the versatility, but I especially love it for someone who had Zblack and loved him and played him a lot. I love that he retains his original feel to me. They just buffed him for the current meta. This is like a callback to old Aleister Black, Fade to Black. And one of the funnest zombies I think they've made in general, because he can just do so much stuff, and the stun thing is really cool on the finisher. The fact that an anti-stun strap negates it is really cool. Yeah, I like the rework. I think it's great. It's one of my favorites, actually. But I am biased, so let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed this showcase. I love Zombie Month. Again, let me know what you think of the backgrounds. If you don't really particularly like any of them, maybe I will look for some new ones, you know? But I'm very curious which one you guys might like, or if you think it's distracting, let me know that too. And yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there, and have a great zombie month, huh? And I do like this rework. I think you guys will be pleased.